It is time to go down in size to 1:87 scale. This model is by IMC and it's the Liebherr LTM 1450 8.1 mobile crane. It's also a limited edition in the colours of the UK crane hire company Baldwins. The model is held between two clear plastic formers, and to get the model out we use an even more giant looking hand crane. There are a few parts to get out of the box, but if you just want to display the model in road configuration, then there's no assembly to do because it's complete out of the box. This video is the first in 2020, so we look back and look at the Cranes Etc. awards. And the Model of the Year award for 2019 goes to IMC models, and it's for the DMAG AC709 Collector's Edition. Starting underneath, the detailing is at a simpler level, but the drive shafts to the front 5 axles are modelled. The driving cab has got windscreen wipers and door mirrors, and some nice chevron graphics. There's also a number plate LM67JWY, and let's just run a check against the real crane. There it is, LM67JWY. The wheels are very small in this scale, but they look good. And the sharp Baldwins graphics behind the cab also look good. There are smaller details such as door handles on the cab. Above the carrier engine, the major components are modelled. And moving to the back, there are chevrons on the outriggers, lights and a toolbox. The crane cab is good, having regard for the scale, and there are more graphics and different textures on the crane body. The boom has got some detailing with a tiny spooling drum, and the main boom rams have got plastic jackets. The telescopic section is plastic and is a whiter white, and there's a large single line hook. Starting underneath, there's no steering, but the axles spin freely, and so the model rolls well in a straight line, but not all of the wheels are grounded. And if we move to set up the crane, actually the outrigger beams are 2-stage. They are plastic, but they look good enough. The pads can't be lowered, but on the review model it seemed possible to lower the beams. And once everything's set up and stable, we can raise the boom. And to do that, all we need is supergiant hand hydraulics. The model does have a working winch drum, and a small key is provided to operate it. One nice touch in this scale is that you can add the counterweight tray in its correct position on the deck, and even the counterweight blocks come as separate pieces. They're not solid metal, but they're good enough for the purpose, and you can pose the counterweight stacks being loaded onto the tray. With the counterweight all stacked up, it's possible to rotate the crane body around, and then it would be in a position where it can lift the counterweight stack. But in the scale model world we need to give it a helping hand, and the whole counterweight assembly gets hooked over onto the back of the crane body. Once it's located you can secure it in position, and for that a trusty steel pin gets inserted, and that locks the counterweight tray in place. In this scale there's only one telescopic section, and that works well enough and it locks at full extension. Here is the crane fully set up and we can operate the winch, and the hook hangs well when there's a load on it. This is a lower cost small scale model by IMC, and it would also pose well on an HO scale model railway layout. For its size it's a reasonable blend of features and detail, and it's an attractive model in the colours of Baldwins. So if you want a small crane model, this one is good.